Coach is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, you guys looked like late in the first half, made a little run, and then second half it looked like they just came sort of like an avalanche at you guys. What did you see there, and kind of what are you facing now?
Well, I thought in the first half we had to lead after one. Hard fought second quarter, and then third quarter, we got back on our heels, and the rebounding was a problem from the start. But we got to fix it. We got to fix it fast.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Tom, how do you explain the difference between, what you guys did in the regular season, especially against the Hawks, and what's happening here?
The playoffs are different, so we got guys that are getting experience for the first time, and but we're capable, and we've got to go home and just figure out how to play well in that game. Just take it step by step.
Mark Berman.
Hi, Tom. What do you think of Julius's overall performance? He put up some numbers, didn't shoot that well. What's your big assessment? And what's the level of frustration right now for the club? It seemed late in the game there was some frustration.
No, it's just this is the playoffs, so there's intensity to it. I don't know if frustration is the right word. I would say maybe disappointment, but there's resiliency to this team. And, we have to fight back, and we will.
Ian Bagley.
Tom, I know it's not one guy, and you guys have said all year you need everybody. But when Julius is shooting like he did today in the previous games in this series, how tough is that for you guys to then come out and win?
Well, actually, I liked a lot of the plays that Julius made today, and and I've felt this all along, and it's sort of Julius's makeup. As he goes through things, he always gets better and better, and that's who he is. And so, as long as he's making quick decisions, good things are going to happen. And I looked at the shot quality in the first half. If we hold the ball and they allow them to load up, it's going to be we'll get tough shots. But if we make quick decisions, you're open, shoot, not make a play, keep it moving. Just make a quick decision. You can't hold it, can't dance with it. Got to move it. And I thought he did a great job with that. And and we got to play an all-around game though. We got to play both sides of the ball. We have to rebound the ball. We have to play defense. But I liked a lot of the looks that we got, particularly in the first half.
Mike Borkanoff.
Tom, you were talking before the game about how the Hawks are able to get a bunch of shooting around Trey on the floor. Do you want to see if you can add more shooting, more offense on the floor? I know you went small at the end of the game there. Do you want to try to juice that a little bit? Yeah,
and the one thing is, as you know, we shot the three great all year, and so I think the big thing for us is to make quick decisions, and when we do that, we're capable of making those shots. And I don't want guys hesitating. You've done it throughout the course of the season. You've shown how capable you are. Keep it simple: open, shoot it, guard it, make a play.
Bobby Childs.
Coach, Nerlens has been a warrior for you all year, but I know he has a bad ankle out there. Are you seeing anything in his game in terms of slowing down, and would you consider giving Obi some more minutes to compensate for it?
Well, right now we're at the point where everything's on the table, and Nerlens is a warrior. He's given us everything he has. We have great belief in him. He's nicked up, but he's out there fighting. The shot blocking, the rim protection is critical. So give us what you have.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, on the other end, defensively, it looked like Trey, when they've got the shooters who are hitting the threes around like they did the last two games, is there an answer for him right now, or is he just making the right decisions?
Yeah, when you have great players, you have a great player like that, you got to guard them with your team. And anytime you put two on them, that means that someone's going to be open. And you got to make sure that you're moving on the flight of the ball. We have to have high hands. There's a number of things that are tied into that. and then we got to fly around, and we got to be active. And if we do that and we challenge shots, then our chances will be better. But it's just taking a look at the film, coming back, having a will, a determination, a fight, and be ready to go.
Last question, Steph Bondi.
Hey, Tom, with Reggie Bullock going scoreless today, what happened there, and how detrimental was that to the offense?
Well, I mean, he only had, I think, 3 or 4 shots. And so we're asking him to do a lot. He's in a lot of actions offensively, but he's guarding Trey. That you're using a lot of energy there, so, but same thing with him. When he's open, we want him shooting. And so, he'll find his way. He's a great pro. He'll be ready.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Julius is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Justin Walters.
Hey, Julius, in a do or die situation, how tough is it to balance making drastic changes versus doing what got you here?
I think it's always, you get in the playoffs, it's always going to be about adjustment. So, make adjustments. Sure, Tibbs will look at the film. He's a great coach. So he's going to see what works, what doesn't, and just go from there. But at the end of the day, it's one game at a time, and that's all we can focus on. We got Game 5 back at home to extend the series, and that's really all we can focus on.
Steve Popper.
Julius, you guys obviously, hung in there in the first half today, and then it kind of snowballed a bit in the second half. What did you see different there, and was there some frustration for you at the end?
I think this whole series, there's just been spurts where we've had bad spurts, and that was the difference in the game where we kind of let them loose. So that happened in the third. Their intensity turned up. They got into us more. So we got to come back and recognize that, change it. In the fourth quarter, Gallinari had a dirty play. And on Reggie, leader is my team. Can't let that happen. So wasn't trying to hurt him. But, you got to be in situations where whatever it is, you take a hard foul or whatever. Just to let them know that, we're not accepting that shit.
Mark Berman.
Yeah, Julius, I mean, your shot line doesn't look great, but you seem more decisive. Were you a little happier with how you performed and still disappointed that it wasn't enough?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was just to be more decisive. Just continue to trust all the work that I put in. Misses and makes really don't matter. Just continue to trust the work that I put in. So just to be more decisive. I think I have something to build on. And obviously, it always sucks. You want to come out with the win. So you never are satisfied regardless of individual performance. You want to win games. That's the goal. Like, I'd rather play bad and just win than the opposite. So regardless, I have to be a lot better. I have to continue to be a lot better. It's all learning experience, continue to get better. Individually, continue to get better as a team. But regardless, we got Game 5 at home, and that's really all I can focus on, Mark.
Mike Vorkunov.
Julius, has it been, I guess, an adjustment just to seeing how teams are playing you, how the Hawks are playing you in the playoffs and the different, I guess, degrees that they go to as opposed to what you face in the regular season? Has that kind of triangulation on how to defend you caused any issues?
It's all adjustment, man. Like I said, everything's a learning experience. Taking a game at a time, continue to learn, continue to get better, and take everything I learned from these 4 games, apply to Game 5, and just take it from there.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Julius, obviously teams have come back from 3-1 before in the playoffs. What do you think about this team's chances?
I like our chances. I like our chances, but it all starts with game 5. So I think that's all we can really focus on. But to answer your question, I love our chances.
Last question, Ian Bagley.
Julius, you mentioned that, this is a learning experience. Obviously, it's your first postseason. What have you learned about the playoffs through the first 4 games for you?
Just the intensity, the game plan, the adjustments, the emotional roller coaster, all that type of stuff. So for me, it's great. Most people maybe get discouraged or whatever it is. I just try to stay even keel. I get encouraged by learning because it's only gonna make me better. Last year, coming from what I came from, and the experience of last season and come back this season was a learning experience. This whole postseason thing is going to be a learning experience, and I'll come back better and be better next game for however long we play. So it's not over. It's not nearly over. Come back, like I said, game 5, and take it from there, man.
Thank you, Julius. RJ Barrett's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Jonathan Macri.
Hey, RJ, it looked like you kind of found something out there today on offense. I just want to know, is that an accurate statement, and how are you feeling going into game 5 at home?
One, always confident no matter what. I was aggressive. Coach told me to be aggressive, and I was able to do that. But just want to get a win.
Steve Popper.
RJ, just what you see from these 2 games here. They kind of, ran away with it late in the second half today. What went wrong there, and what do you think you guys can fix that quickly for game 5?
Last game, I think it was second quarter. Today was the third quarter. We just gotta fight. 48 minutes. We just gotta play hard, and we can't let them go on those runs. I think they went on a little bit up and one at the end of the second, but then we were able, to stop that. And then the third, when they went on their run, we weren't able to, really stop it. So we just gotta, we gotta be the aggressive. I think we were the aggressive in the first half. We got good results.
Jenna Limoncelli.
Hi, RJ. Today was your best offensive performance of the series so far. Can you kind of assess that performance and what clicked for you and what was different down the stretch?
I just played hard. I just didn't really think about it. Just kind of just played. I know how to play basketball. And like I said, coach told me to be aggressive, just to be myself. So that's what I did.
Jamie Harris.
RJ, you guys shot 9 for 29 from 3 today. How much has Atlanta's length and quickly closing down your airspace impacted your team's 3-point shooting?
We can shoot. We've been doing it all season. We've been doing it all season. We've been making shots all season. Some reason today didn't drop a couple games. That's fine. Got to be able to, still win without, making all our shots.
Mike Vorkunov.
RJ, do you feel like you guys have been kind of putting enough of a defensive onus on Trey during these games? And is that something you want to do for game 5 to make him work harder on the defensive end?
First of all, they have a lot of guys. It's not just Trey. They have multiple guys playing well. So it's kind of, a whole team. You got to guard their whole team. But, we'll figure it out. We'll just go back, watch film, and we'll figure it out.
Thank you, RJ. Taj Gibson's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Mark Berman.
Hey, Taj.
Mark.
Just your predicament right now, how do you sum it all up right now, where you are?
Just ready to get back to the Garden. Ready to get back to New York City. Regroup. Just ready for let's get back to the Garden. Ready for the next game.
F. Bondi.
As I saw you and Trey going back and forth with each other, I think it was the first half. What was going on there, and what'd you make of some of the extracurricular stuff happening tonight?
It's just basketball, man. We all co-workers. We all in the NBA. We all knew each other a long time. You know, it's just basketball, man. It's just heat of the moment. It's good for the sport. It's nothing too serious. It's all competitive. That's all it is. No extracurricular. It's guys. When you've seen the same team over and over again, things like that are going to happen. You fight and you get to the next round. It's just emotions, physicality of the game, different things like that. It's all beautiful parts of the basketball experience, and you're getting a chance to see it. We don't really try to make nothing of it. It's just the sport.
Steve Hopper.
Taj, obviously you're seeing a different Hawks team than what you guys saw in the regular season. What do you see that you think can be corrected so quickly to turn this after these two games?
Well, I'll leave that to the guru, our head coach, the head of the operation. I'll leave it to him and the coaching staff to really watch the film and dissect the stuff. But at the same time, we got to make our corrections. That's a fully healthy team. They got a lot of guys with a lot of confidence right now, playing really high at a high level. But that's playoff basketball. We just got to make the corrections and get the next one.
Mike Vorkunov.
Hey, Taj. Tibbs has said multiple times kind of the difference between playoff and regular season basketball. For Julius specifically, do you think that's kind of a lesson that he's learning now and how to adjust to the way the teams play him and, as you said, playing teams over and over again?
That's part of it, but I think you look at the group, this is a lot of their first times playing in the playoffs. You got to make adjustments. Just learning on the curve, you know what I'm saying? I think but we watch film, just got to watch some more film. They got to figure out what we got to do. There's nothing more I can really tell you. You playing the same team over and over again. It's really physical. It's really tough. A lot of corrections to be made. Just the best of the best. It's a really high level from the moment you step on the court. The moment that first minute goes by, the adrenaline's pumping. It's playoffs. It's a good experience for him, and he's just learning on the curve. I think everybody on our team is really learning the curve, and just looking forward to the next game.
Bobby Childs.
Taj, you guys have been a good rebounding team for the season. What are you seeing on the rebounding side? You were out rebounded again tonight.
The rebound, I don't really think about it like that. I think we had some good looks. The rebounding battles go up and down. You could say we win it at home. They won a couple here, but late in the game. But it all comes down to really just knowing what the other guy's trying to do. They got a lot of loose balls. They were just all over the place, as you expect them to be, especially at home. We were playing pretty good, but you just got to learn how to stay focused. And that's part of playoff basketball. When you get a lead, you got to keep it. And you got to just slowly work the game. And it's all a part of it. It's all a part of just the learning curve of our team. And the guys are optimistic. We've been counted down the whole year. So this is really nothing new. We're just looking forward to the next game.
Last question, Justin Walters.
Hey, Taj, just following up on that, you mentioned you're looking forward to the next game and coming back to New York City. Do you think that playing at the Garden, 16,000, cheering you guys on, could give you guys a boost?
They gave us a boost the first two games, of course, but at the same time, we have to give them a reason to cheer and give us a boost. They've been the sixth man for us, but at the same time, it's up to us to make the corrections, come out with the right kind of energy, and do what we have to do. Atlanta's not just going to come in and just lay down. They're a really talented team. They've been playing extremely well the last couple games. So it's up to us to just do what we have to do, and try to bring this thing back to Atlanta.
Thank you, Taj.
Thank you.